I'm telling you, if you rely on the government to pay for your retirement, you are going to be financially screwed.
And if you think that this old age pension check from the Canadian government is going to cut it, you're crazy.
Where retirement feels like a far off dream because you barely have enough money to live on.
But I'm 59 and I do not have any money in retirement.
I just had a guy in my workshop this morning. He's 57 years old. You know what he says? I don't have anything to save for retirement.
All right, let me ask you something. Not everybody has thought about this, but have you ever thought about what life is going to look like when you retire? Like really thought about it? I have. And when I think of my retirement, I picture myself on a beach, sipping something cold, with not a care in the world. Oh, and in my lazy moments, I will finally have time to pursue my hobbies, like gardening, traveling, reading, anything I want to do. Oh, just thinking about it now makes me feel, Now, so what about you? Have you thought about your life in retirement? One thing though, I'm always snapped back into reality when I think about all these things, like how am I going to fund my life in retirement if I actually want to travel, relax, garden, do all of these nice things like pursue my hobbies? How in heaven's name am I going to fund this marvelous life that I want in retirement? What about you? What retirement dreams do you have, and how do you plan to fund that amazing life in retirement? Please tell me in the comments, because I really want to learn from other people. Now, let's come back to earth. A lot of Canadians are looking forward to the CPP in retirement. CPP is the Canada Pension Plan. The Canada Pension Plan is a government program that provides retirement, disability, and survival benefits to eligible Canadians. It's funded through mandatory contributions from employees, employers, and self-employed individuals. But did you know that the average CPP payout barely covers half of most Canadians' retirement expenses? And with inflation the way it is going, how far do you think your savings will really go in retirement? Let me think about that a bit, because that is a crippling thought. Let me hit you with a number. The average CPP payout in Canada is around $700 to $800 a month. That's right. And if you're lucky, you might squeeze a bit more out of OAS. That's the old age security. But even with both of those payments, we're still talking about less than $1,500 a month for most people. Can you imagine living on that? Rent, groceries, utilities, maybe throw in a little travel. It doesn't take a mad whiz to figure out that it's not going to be enough. Not even by half. So, I guess the question hanging over our head is, what are you going to do about that? Because waiting around and hoping for the government to increase CPP payout isn't exactly a solid plan, because they might never do that. So today, I want us to talk about this problem and how to fix it. This is something that has kept me awake so many nights, because not only do I want to retire early, I want to retire rich. So I have been trying to figure out how to do just that. So let's talk about how we can create our own retirement paycheck, one that doesn't rely on CPP or OAS. And what I've come up with is not as complicated as you might think. First, let's tell ourselves some hard truths. Most Canadians don't realize how much they will actually need to retire comfortably. They are told to save $1 million or $2 million. And they panic because they think it's impossible. And some people just give up entirely. I mean, if you don't have $1 million saved, it's fine. I don't have $1 million saved. You don't need to be a millionaire to retire well. What you need is a plan. A plan to create reliable income streams that work for you even while you're sleeping. That's what we're going to talk about today. And to make it easy, I've broken it down into simple steps that anyone, absolutely anyone, can follow, no matter where you're starting from. First, let's talk about one of the most underrated income streams out there: dividends. You know what dividends are, right? It's basically when companies share their profits with you just for owning their stock. You don't have to do anything extra to earn it. Once you own the stock, the money just shows up in your account like clockwork. If you're thinking, those are stocks, I hate trading stocks, or I don't know anything about trading stocks, that's okay. You don't need to be a Wall Street wizard to get started. There are ETFs or exchange traded funds, which are like baskets of stocks that focus on companies paying strong, reliable dividends. These are great for beginners because they spread your money across a bunch of different companies, reducing your risk. For example, let's say you invest $100,000 into a good dividend-focused ETF that pays an average of maybe 4% annually. That's $4,000 a year, or about $333 a month. Now, imagine building that up to $500,000 over time. That's $20,000 a year in passive income just from dividends alone. Next up, let's talk about real estate. And no, I'm not saying that you need to go out and buy a bunch of rental properties tomorrow. No. There are simpler ways to get into real estate investing without dealing with tenants and leaky roofs. Have you ever heard about REITs? It stands for Real Estate Investment Trusts. They are basically companies that own and manage income-producing properties, and they share the profits with their investors. The great thing about REITs is that they are hands-off. You don't have to worry about fixing a broken fridge at 2 a.m. You just invest and they handle the rest. And like dividends, REITs pay out regular income to investors. It's another way to make your money work for you. Now, let's shift gears for a moment to something more abstract and interesting. Have you ever thought about turning your hobbies or your skills into income? Relax. I know it sounds far-fetched, but hear me out. Let's say you're really good at woodworking, photography, or even gardening. What if you started teaching others? You could create an online course, you could write an ebook, or even start a YouTube channel. And before you roll your eyes, yes, people are making real money doing this. For example, an online course can sell for $50 to $200 per person. If 100 people buy your $100 course, that's $10,000. And the beauty of it is that you only have to create the course once. After that, it's all passive income. Sometimes you just need to update the course only. If you're thinking, this sounds great, but how do I actually start? Well, don't worry. We're going to break it down even more later in this video. But I must shift gear now to tell you about one thing you absolutely must take advantage of immediately. And those are tax advantaged accounts like TFSA and RRSPs. These are like the MVPs of retirement savings in Canada. With an RRSP, your contributions are tax deductible, which means that you're paying less tax now and growing your money faster. And with the TFSA, any income or gains you make are completely tax-free. Yes, imagine earning dividends or rental income and not having to share a single penny with the CRA. That's the dream, isn't it? Now, here's a quick example. Let's say you max out your TFSA every year with $7,000, which is the current limit as of 2025. If you invest that in an ETF earning an average of 7% annually, in 20 years you will have over $280,000. And remember, all of that is tax-free. Tax-free! That's a massive boost to your retirement income. So if you haven't taken advantage of TFSAs or RRSPs, immediately you finish watching this video, please go and take advantage of those two things. And if you want to learn more about it, I have videos on RRSP and TFSA right in my channel here. Okay, now let's talk about side hustles. I know the term side hustle gets thrown around a lot these days, but it's not just the millennials or people that are looking to escape their 9-to-5 that are interested in side hustles. Side hustles can also be absolutely revolutionary for your retirement plan. But since you are retired and should be chilling, the key is finding something that doesn't feel like work. Something you enjoy and can do in your spare time. For example, let's say you love writing, like me. You could start freelancing, or even you could write for platforms like Medium, where you get paid based on how many people read your article. Or maybe you're great at crafting. Platforms like Etsy make it easy to sell handmade goods to people all over the world. And here's the cherry on the pie. The money you make from your side hustle doesn't have to go towards your current living expenses. You can funnel it straight into your retirement account. You can speed up your savings using that money. If you are gaining any value so far from this video, you know what to do. Of course, we're not done yet. There's one more strategy that a lot of people overlook, and that's building an online business. And no, I'm not talking about some get-rich-quick scheme. I'm talking about creating something real and sustainable, like an affiliate marketing website or dropshipping store or even a blog. Let's take affiliate marketing as an example. If you have a website or a YouTube channel, you can recommend products and earn a commission every time someone buys through your link. And the best part is that once your content is up, it keeps working for you, even when you're asleep or when you're at that beach chilling with that cold drink in your hands. Another great option that's also related to this is digital products. These ones I absolutely love because these could be anything from ebooks to online courses to printable planners to stock photos to music loops, anything. The upfront work is creating the product, but once it's done, it can sell over and over again with little to no effort on your part. If you want to learn more about this, check out the link in the description or in the pinned comments on how to start building your own digital product. And if it sounds like too much work, you'll get an already hot selling digital product that you can sell and keep 100% of the profits. It's wild. It's absolutely wild. So I know I threw a lot at you, but you don't have to do all of this at once. In fact, trying to juggle too many strategies at the same time can backfire. The key is to pick one or two income streams that resonate with you and focus on building them up. Once they are running smoothly, you can of course add more. So where do we go from here? Start by taking a close look at your current financial situation and see, how much am I saving? How much am I investing? What skills or hobbies could I turn into income streams? Write it all down and create a plan. Remember, the goal isn't just to save money. It's to create a system that generates income for you even when you're not working. Because at the end of the day, retirement shouldn't be about cutting income or living in the fear of living out your money. It should be about freedom. Freedom to do whatever the heck you want, when you want it, without worrying about where the money is coming from. And that's exactly what you can achieve if you start taking action today. I'm just thinking about my retirement. I'm so excited. And if you're an immigrant, there's this debate of retire in Canada or retire back home. You'll be surprised at how people, including me, are thinking about this subject. I want to know what you think as well. So go ahead and watch this video next and leave your comments and your thoughts. I'll see you in the next one.